welcome to the Three Lions Lockdown Quiz. So with everyone staying at home and taking part in lots of quizzes, we thought it was only right that we hosted our own England quiz. So today we have four of England's biggest fans, and of course we have the England manager himself, Gareth Southgate, ready and waiting to test their England football knowledge. Welcome, guys. How are you all?
Good, thank you.
Very good.
All staying home and staying safe, I hope. So, let's meet all our contestants. Gareth, I'm going to start with you. England football manager up there. Thank you for taking part today. What is lockdown life like, I guess, in the Southgate household right now?
Yeah, well, we've got two studying from home, hence the earphones in because they're working on their courses. So, and trying to keep fit, and then lots of video conferences. So within our department of coaches and various staff that would normally be at St George's, we're still planning, still working through what might happen over the next few months. It has quite a lot of implications for us across all departments, across all the age groups. So surprisingly, for people that aren't involved with this, there's a lot more going on than people might think.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine. And we've got Jamie up next. Jamie Hodder, welcome.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. Where are you joining us from today?
So I'm in Norton at the moment, the other side of Oxford.
Nice. And you go to lots of England matches with your girlfriend. You've been to the last three tournaments, I believe.
Yes.
Which one was the most special? I think I probably know the answer, but still.
Yeah, it has to be Russia. It was pretty spectacular, to be fair.
Absolutely. And we've got Julia Green from Norfolk, like myself today. Hi, Julia.
Hi.
You go to lots of England games with your husband, Jonathan. What's your best memory from the last few games that you've been to?
It's probably actually one of the best is the most recent, and that was in Kosovo when the welcome there was absolutely tremendous. And I don't think anyone who was there will ever forget that. But I've been going for lots of years, so there are lots of memories.
Yeah, absolutely. Howard Taylor, welcome to the quiz as well. And you haven't missed an England game, am I right in saying, since 2014?
I've only missed one away game since 2007.
Wow.
Quite a long record of watching them. My first ever England away game actually was the 5-1 in Munich. So I thought it was going to be like that every time. And
2007, that is brilliant going. I mean, yes, what support there for the England squad. And finally, we have, down the corner there, Bobby Seagull, mathematician, teacher, writer. You've appeared on University Challenge and Mastermind, where your specialist subject was the England men's team in World Cup finals since 1990. Guys, this man knows his England trivia and seems to be the one to beat today.
Fingers crossed.
How are you doing, Bobby?
I'm really good. I'm really excited to take part in this quiz.
Great. Well, guys, thanks for all joining us. So let's just quickly run through how it's going to work. So we've got 4 rounds. The first 3 rounds have 5 questions in each. I'll go through each of the 5 questions. You guys can write your answers down. I hope you've got a pen and paper at the ready. And then I'll repeat each question once and then give out the answer. The 4th round consists of just 1 question, but it is worth 10 points. So if any of you are struggling, just hold out for that last round. The big one, okay? That's how it works. And if it's all tied at the end, we'll have a tiebreaker as well. Okay, and guys, if you are watching at home and you want to join in, grab a pen and paper and join in with us right now. Question 1. Before 1974, what year was the last time England played in a World Cup qualifying campaign? If you want me to repeat the question, I will. Before 1974, what year was the last time England played in a World Cup qualifying campaign? Julie's still writing frantically, so I'll give her a second. No, you're fine. Question 2. England beat Spain on penalties in the quarterfinals of Euro 96 without needing their 5th kick. Who would have taken it?
Oh, dear.
I actually had to go and watch this again. And I was like, right, I'm going to write them all down as well. I can give you who the 4 who took them afterwards. And then I'll write it down.
That's right.
And I just dropped on the floor my little calculations of where I was going to tot the scores. So who would have been taking the 5th kick in Euro 96? England versus Spain penalties. Howard's got a very loud scribbling pen there.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay, question 3. Brian Robson scored England's fastest ever goal at a World Cup finals, but after how many seconds? Oh, Jamie looks so confident in the corner there. He knows that one. Okay. Julie, you got an answer? Yeah. Okay, question 4. Who is the only England player to have scored at 3 World Cup finals?
Thought Bobby was straight on there, wasn't he?
Did this one come up in Mastermind, Bobby?
This one, oh, I can't give a clue, can I? If I say that,
everybody YouTubing it. Okay. So the 5th and final question of round 1. Harry Maguire scored England's opening goal against Sweden in the 2018 World Cup quarterfinals. Who was the last centre-back to score for England in a World Cup before that? Gareth should know. Jamie should maybe have a thought of that. Right. They are the 5 questions of the major tournament round. Come on, Julie, you've got this. I have faith in you, fellow Norfolker. Have we all got 5 answers?
yeah.
No.
Let's go through these now. I hope you've got everything right. So, question 1. Before 1974, what year was the last time England played in a World Cup qualifying campaign? Any of you think you know the answer? Want to hold it up, Jamie?
1958.
No.
I've gone
Gareth, what have you got?
62.
62.
I've gone 62.
Is the correct answer. Julie, have you got 62?
I have got 62.
Perfect. So Julie, Gareth, Bobby. Nice. Okay. Question 2. England beat Spain on penalties in the quarterfinals of Euro 96 without needing their 5th kick. Who would have taken it? Anybody want to hold up their answer? Nobody.
Guess.
Well, I was trying to work this through because I think Alan Shearer was definitely on the list and would have gone early.
He went first.
Gazza took one and
did.
scored.
4th.
Piercy obviously took one.
Yep. 3rd.
And then so it's either Teddy Sheringham or David Platt.
David Platt took number 2. Number 5 would have been Robbie Fowler.
Oh.
Right. It's subs on. Yeah, I went Platty, so I was wrong.
What did everyone else go? Do you want to hold up your answers? Anderton.
McManaman.
Tony Adams.
Tony and Julie, what did you go for?
Anderton as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
no one got Robbie Fowler. Oh dear. Okay, number 3. Brian Robson scored England's fastest ever goal at a World Cup finals, but after how many seconds? Bobby, mathematician, do you know how many seconds?
I think it's 3 cubed seconds. 27
is the right answer.
Yeah.
Everyone hold up their cards, please. 27 seconds. Correct. Full house. Okay. Question 4. Gareth was struggling earlier at this one. Who is the only England player to have scored at 3 World Cup finals? The answer is, of course,
David Beckham.
David Beckham. In 98,
no.
in 2002, and 2006. Julie, did you get that?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Fifth and final answer here. So we had the question of Harry Maguire scored England's opening goal against Sweden in the 2018 World Cup quarters. Who was the last centre-back to score for England in a World Cup before that? This looks like... Who was that, Howard?
John Stones.
It was indeed John Stones against Panama. Gareth, did you get it right?
No, well, I tried to be too clever. I was going back. I went to Matt Upson, 2010.
Bobby?
I went too far. Rio.
Rio, we had John Terry and Julie.
Stones.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
very good.
So we have a three-way tie at the top after round one. Julie, Bobby and Howard all on 3. So question 1. Harry Kane scored on his debut after just 79 seconds and 4 touches of the ball after coming on the pitch as a sub at Wembley. But who were the opposition?
Wow. I remember being with the under-21s watching this.
I was at that game as well. Yeah. Can remember that one. So it's in... Who was the opposition when Harry Kane scored on his debut after 79 seconds and 4 touches of the ball? Who was he playing against? Question 2. Kieran Trippier's debut in 2017 saw Tottenham become the club with the most capped England players. Which team is second?
Is this a trick question? Is that...
This is ever, yeah?
Yes, this is ever. Correct,
Ever.
Howard.
Okay.
You've just given Bobby a lifeline there. You're being too nice. So that means you know the answer, Howard. Nice.
No, it's an educated guess.
Educated. Right word to use there. Hopefully it is correct. Okay. Question 3. Who made his England debut in 2012 despite having only played in the 4th tier of English football at that stage in his career?
Wow.
Yeah, this and my clue. I have got a clue for this one, but kind of gives it away a little bit. If you're all in agreement, if you don't know, I'll give you a clue. But if Jamie thinks he knows, I think Jamie thinks he knows. Julie's scribbling away. Have you got an answer, Julie?
No. No.
Does anyone know?
Not really.
Shall I give you? Does anyone want a clue?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
So he took the spot of somebody who left the squad due to breaking a finger. It does help a bit. That's all I'm going to say. Confused looks across quite a lot of the screen. Maybe I've just muddied the water even more. I'm not sure. Question 4. Wayne Rooney made his England debut against Australia in 2003. Which other Everton striker made his debut in the same game? Think you guys might know this one. Bobby, you were there?
That was my first ever England game. That was at Upton Park.
Yes, it was. Ah.
Yeah.
And Crystal Palace player scored the first goal. Tony Popovich.
You there as well, Howard?
Very good.
Palace fan.
Oh, so you might have been in the same, you might have been close to each other.
Upton Park, obviously. Right. Everyone got an answer?
Yeah.
Question 5. Gareth, I hope you will know the answer to this one because it's about you. Gareth Southgate made his debut.
Right.
Gareth Southgate made his debut against Portugal in December 1995, coming on as a sub in the 79th minute. Who were the other 2 players who were introduced at the same time? Gareth, who did you run on the pitch with? At Wembley, I think it was.
Wow.
You've got to remember who you ran on with. If you don't, those two will be pretty upset.
Yeah, I can picture it, but I can't picture it clearly enough.
Can anyone else picture it? I hope you guys can. Oh no!
I was only 4.
So there's 2 answers we're looking for there.
Good luck with that.
Okay. Let's go through now and read out the answers to round 2, which is debuts. Gareth, have you got that one? We hope you have.
Well, I haven't got it. I've got an answer, but I haven't got the right one.
Ouch. Okay, so Harry Kane scored on his debut after just 79 seconds and 4 touches of the ball after coming on the pitch as a sub at Wembley. Who were the opposition?
Lithuania.
Correct. Correct.
Lithuania.
Lithuania was right. So, number 2. Kieran Trippier's debut in 2017 saw Tottenham become the club with the most capped English players. Who is second? Which club is second? Answers on papers, please.
Liverpool.
Corinthians is the correct answer.
Really?
They supplied the entire squad 1894. This is how far back we're going. And 1895.
That's why I was asking, is it a trick question?
And I thought Howard knew the answer.
Wow.
Okay. Question 3. This is one that I gave my awful kind of attempt at trying to help you, my clue. Who made his England debut in 2012 despite having only played in the 4th tier of English football at that time? The answer was... Yeah.
Because you said a finger, I thought it would be a keeper, and I think Forster was playing in Scotland, so I went Fraser Forster.
John Ruddy was the guy who broke his finger.
Oh no, I got the wrong guy.
And it was Jack Butland.
Ah, wow. On loan at Cheltenham. Was he on loan at Cheltenham?
From Birmingham. Yeah.
Yeah.
What, Alex McCarthy, Julie, did you get?
No, I didn't have anything for that.
Gareth, who did you put?
I went Frank Fielding, who was in the 21s around that period. So
yeah, no, Jack. So yeah, he obviously Cheltenham throughout the season from Birmingham. Okay, Question 4. Wayne Rooney made his England debut against Australia in 2003. Which other Everton striker made his debut in the same game? Has everyone got this? 1, 2, 3 correct answers. Jamie, do you have the same?
No, I didn't get one for that.
Julie, Francis Jeffers. 4 there. Correct.
He scored as well.
He scored as well. Yes, and obviously that was when Sven changed his entire team at halftime as well. So lots of debuts happening there. I think it was 6 altogether on that evening. Question 5, Gareth, we really hope you have the answer to this one. I'm not sure if you do. So in 1995, you made your debut against Portugal. You came on as a sub and 2 other players came on at the same time. Gareth, I've got to go to you. Who were they?
Yeah, well, I was trying to think who was in and around the squad. So I think Steve McManaman might have been
correct.
one. And so I know Steve Stone scored in that game. So he was breaking the squad at some time. So I went with Robbie Fowler as well as Steve McManaman because they were never far apart. So
what did everyone else get before I reveal who the second player was? It wasn't correct from you. No one knows.
No.
Graham Stowe.
Ah, right. Wow. Yeah.
I want to go back down memory lane though, Gareth. It's your debut. Tell us what else happened there. Obviously, you nearly scored with a header.
Yep, hit the bar. Yeah.
Can you not? From that night? I mean, how does it feel? It was Wembley as well, running on the pitch there. Obviously, with 2 close mates of yours, clearly.
Yeah, it's dismal, really, isn't it? Because it should be really fresh in your mind. But yeah, I just remember it being an incredible feeling because that's what I wanted to do my whole life, was play for England. So that moment where you actually step on the field is just so special. But yeah, so you're not really that aware of who's running on with you at that time.
No, I wonder actually if I asked the same question to the other two, if they would remember that you ran on with them. We'll have to try and find that one out.
I think it's fairly safe to say they wouldn't. Yeah.
Who won an England cap while playing for the Turkish club Bursaspor? So Lions Abroad is the round. Who won an England cap while playing for the Turkish club Bursaspor? Okay, question 2. Which non-English club has provided the most England internationals in total? So non-English club, of course. Very silent now. It's getting to the business end of this quiz. Everyone's
serious stuff now.
Trying to get it right. Question 3. Wayne Rooney played his last international in 2018. Which US-based team was he playing for at that time? Howard's giving me a little smile there. Hope he knows.
Yeah, I should know it as well.
And I remember that send-off as well. His family came on the pitch. Yeah, it was nice. Nice moment.
God, I remember picking him, but not where we flew him in from. I can't remember that.
That wasn't maybe your job, Gareth, to book his flight, so we'll let you on.
That's true.
Okay. Number 4. Which country has England played the most? Sorry, which country has England played in the most? Yeah. I think that means which country has England played against the most. So which team? Okay. And the 5th question in this round, Lions Abroad. In 1950, so we're going quite a way back now, England participated in their first World Cup in Brazil. Who scored their first World Cup goal? Jamie's shaking his head there. He was definitely not born. That's the first one thing I'm going to take away from that. Wasn't even thought about, probably. Maybe your parents weren't even born.
No, yeah, definitely where I'm at.
Okay, let's go through the answers then. Round 3, Lions Abroad. So, question 1, who won an England cap while playing for the Turkish club Bursaspor? The correct answer was, oh, come on, Bobby thinks he knows, Scott Carson. Correct.
Bobby, very good.
Very good.
Thank you.
Everyone else, Hargreaves over there, everyone else struggled with an answer for that one. Howard, did you get an answer? After Les version?
Think of anyone else after that?
Gareth?
No, I was Les. I knew Les played in Turkey, but I couldn't remember the right. Yeah.
Julie, did you have an answer? No, that was a tough one. Okay, question 2. Which non-English club has provided the most England internationals in total? Answers, if you wouldn't mind holding them up. Let's see if anybody got one correct. Julie? Glasgow Rangers. 4 out of 5 there. Well done, team. Question 3. Wayne Rooney played his last international in 2018. What US-based team was he playing for at the time? Gareth, where did you fly him in from, please?
Well, we flew him in from Washington, so I think it was DC United.
Everyone else, can you please hold up your answers? DC United. Howard, he wasn't in New York.
Oh, well, it's close.
He could have been on holiday and he could have flown in from there, but he didn't. He came from Washington. Okay, question 4. Which country has England played in the most? What was the answer on everyone's papers? Scotland is the correct answer.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 again. Okay, this one was tough. Okay, question 5. We actually changed it a couple of times, so blame production for this one. In 1950, England participated in their first World Cup in Brazil. Who scored their first World Cup goal? If you want to hold up your questions.
Stan Mortensen.
Yes.
I went
Jamie,
Nat
what did you have?
Lofthouse.
Yeah, I didn't get one in the end. I would be guessing a random name somewhere.
So, Gareth, who did you have, sorry?
I went Nat Lofthouse, but
Good shout.
yeah.
Stan was the correct answer.
That's harsh.
I had to have a
That
little
went quickly.
countdown there, didn't I? Jamie, put your pen down, please.
I was reading through.
Thank you. Okay, so England have played 10 existing nations only once. How many can you name? I'm going to go and ask Bobby, can you name us one? And we'll tick them off.
Saudi Arabia.
No.
Oh wow, I had that one.
So
Howard?
right. Iceland.
No. Julie?
Trinidad.
Incorrect. Jamie?
Wow.
What was that?
Kosovo.
No. Gareth, have you got one you want to add? Only once they played them.
Well, I went Panama.
Correct. Right, so that's one. I'll give you the next 9, the only other 9 they've played because there are only 10. So, Panama was 1. South Korea was 1. Malaysia, Kuwait, Jamaica, Honduras, Ghana, China, Canada, and Algeria.
Oh,
Can you please write the number of how many you got and show us the scores?
probably won that round.
Bobby got 1. Jamie, can you read 4? Does that say?
Yeah.
So Bobby, Gareth is 2.
Yep.
Howard is 3. And Julie is 1. Oh, this has really spiced things up. Yes, that means we have 2 people joint on 11. Howard and Bobby. Dun,
Very
dun,
good.
dun. It means we go to a tiebreaker. Bobby and Howard both on 11. Gareth and Jamie both on 9. And Julie on 8. So really, really close there, guys. So great scores, but we do currently have a tie break. And boys, I can also tell you that this is to win a signed England shirt. So may the best man win. Okay, tiebreaker question is, what was Gerry Francis's legacy number? It's out of 1,246. It's kind of a stab in the dark there, Howard. Just
I don't understand it. What is his
sorry,
legacy?
the legacy number is the order in which they're capped. So the player. So
I see.
So what
see.
number player is Gerry Francis? Out of so far 1,246. Guys, if you guys want to have a go as well, have a stab in the dark at this one. Have you both got an answer written down?
Yeah.
After 3, I'm going to ask you to reveal. What was Gerry Francis's legacy number? 3, 2, 1, please reveal. It was, in fact, 900, which means, Howard, you are today's winner.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Awesome. That was a really tricky question. If we got a tie there, we were going to Gary Lineker's legacy number. So we were legacy numbers for the tiebreakers. So Howard, congratulations. You're going to have an England shirt. That's definitely going to brighten up lockdown for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, lovely. Great. I look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Great.
Great quiz. Great quiz.
Well, thank you all for joining in. And just a quick one. Whilst we have Gareth here, it's not very often we get to be on a Google Meet with Gareth Southgate, guys. I think you guys might have a question that you want to ask. If you do, now's your chance to fire away.
Can I ask first?
Bobby's going to go first.
Come on, Bobby.
So actually, Gareth, in school when I teach, I used to wear a jacket and tie. But after I saw you inspiring the nation, actually in school, I normally wear a waistcoat and tie. I call myself Gareth Seagull. What would you tell children about trying to be the best that they can be and inspire them? There's a lot of children sometimes in school, whether it's maths or English, they often sort of cap their capability and say, oh, Mr. Seagull, that's the limit of my potential. But you are a lot about actually with hard work, effort, training and mindset, you can be the best you can possibly be. What would you say to young children, whether they want to be footballers or academics or anything in life they want to be?
Well, I think you've answered some of it in the question, really, Bobby, in that there's no limit to what's possible for people, and very often we put a limit on ourselves. So, and I guess if I think back to things like maths that I wasn't particularly great at, but you've got to just try and not focus on where you are compared to other people, but where you are and how you can improve yourself. So you're if you want, competing against yourself and just constantly trying to improve, because if you're trying to compare yourself with other kids who are really good at a subject, then that can be quite dispiriting, can't it? So I think probably making sure that you're the best version of yourself that can be would be my advice.
Thank you, guys. That's brilliant.
Howard, did you have a question?
Yeah, I did. In the past, it's not always been the case that the manager and the team have been particularly connected with the fans. I mean, think back particularly to Cape Town with Rooney's rant. But at the moment, there's a massive connection, which is brilliant. I was just wondering, as a youngster growing up, were you a fan yourself? Did you used to go to matches for club or country?
Yeah, I went to Wembley a few times. So I remember the first Wembley game I went with my dad. So he was actually, for that one, he was invited by work, and we actually there was a competition pre-game which John Hollins was hosting where we were sitting, and it was for the first goal scorer, named the time of the first goal, and I won it. It was Glenn Hoddle, and they gave us a bottle of champagne, and I was only about 14. So I swore that I'd keep it until I played at Wembley. I had it, and of course I didn't play at Wembley until I was 25. So I still had this bottle of champagne in the house at home for about 10 years. But then after that, I used to go up with my mates on the tube. So I lived in Crawley, and we used to get the tube up to watch some of the England games and stand behind the goal. So at the tunnel end, obviously the old Wembley, I used to stand at the tunnel end, and I have to say it wasn't a brilliant view and not great conditions. You know, there was beer and everything everywhere. Anybody that stood on the terraces behind that goal will know it was not so pleasant. And what struck me, I was thinking back, I mean, even when I made my debut for England, I think the crowd was quite low, about 30,000. So now the crowds that we're getting and the support for the team is brilliant. So it really, it really resonates with me. We wanted to build that feeling, and we've had incredible support on the road for as long as I can ever remember. But it's lovely as well now that Wembley is starting to be somewhere it feels as though they're starting to enjoy watching the team again. And obviously we want to keep winning and try and bring a trophy back that everybody's been waiting for so long.
It won't be long.
No, well, if everything gets postponed, it will be. But
Gareth, did you ever drink the champagne, and was it off?
Yeah, no, actually, it just about held. It just about held. So, but I wouldn't recommend that as a tactic with champagne.
Julie, have you got a question?
Yes, I have. Gareth, who is the best player you either played with or against who never won an England cap?
Yeah. Ooh.
In your opinion?
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult to remember everyone that didn't get a cap, and obviously there are some eras where, I mean, when I started with England, if you looked at the centre forwards who weren't getting a game, I mean, we had Robbie Fowler and Les Ferdinand on the bench during that sort of 96, 97 period. So some incredible goal scorers. Peter Beardsley not in that team. But I suppose the one that stands in my mind is Steve Bruce, really. We had some incredible centre-backs throughout that period. I mean, Tony and myself played in 96. Mark Wright got injured just before it. Gary Pallister was in and around the squad that time. Steve Howie was in the squad. Sol Campbell was just coming through. So there's no doubt I would be amazed if anybody won as much or has had as successful a club career as Steve Bruce had without getting a full cap.
Yeah, he's the one who would stand out to me, I have to say, as a Norwich supporter too.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, thank you.
Great. And Jamie, did you have one as well?
Yeah. So if you could have brought back any player who had previously retired to play in your semi-final Russia game, World Cup game, who would you have brought back and why?
Yeah, so I mean, I played with some amazing players for England, but without doubt in my mind, Gascoigne was the most talented. And so, although that might not have made the difference on the night to whether we won or lost, I think he would be somebody that, I mean, whoever I leave out the team's going to have the hump now anyway, aren't they, that I've left them out, even though we've already played the game. But yeah, there were some very special players I played with, but Gascoigne, I don't think it's any surprise that two of the semi-finals we made, he was an integral part of those teams in 1990 and 1996. Had the ability not only to pass his way through teams, but dribble through teams, score goals. And one of the most, I mean, we had a team full of guys that were passionate about their country, but he was up there with the most passionate about playing for England and representing England. There's no doubt about that. Might have been a bit trickier to handle than most of the squad I have now, but we'll take that gamble with somebody like him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Gareth, for answering all those questions. And thank you for your time, Gareth, as well, to come and join us on the Three Lions lockdown quiz. Once again, Howard, congratulations. You are our champion. We'll send the shirt out to you. So just stay around after this Google Meet and we'll make sure that you get that. And also thank you to Jamie, Bobby and Julie for joining us as well. And thanks everyone else at home. If you played along and you watched, thanks for watching. And to everyone, please stay home and stay safe. And for now, we'll see you next time.